All right, I'm so excited to be joined today by two outstanding students and one of our great faculty members and academic leaders to talk to you about the MBA program at Walsh College. So I'm Susie Siegel. I have the privilege of serving as the provost at Walsh College, and we're going to talk specifically today about an MBA. Because you might be asking yourself, is the MBA for me? Is it really worth it? What's the return? And why Walsh? Like, what makes the Walsh MBA so great, so unique? What is it I'm going to come out with? What is it I'm going to learn? So I want to start the conversation off and first talk to Alex. Alex, tell us a little bit about what went into your decision for the MBA and what you think prospective students and anyone wants to know as they're making this decision and why it was important for you.
Yeah, thank you, Susie. Hi, everyone. I'm Alex Bartel. I am a graduate student with Walsh. I just acquired my undergrad BBA in marketing, and I am pursuing my MBA now, so that's why I'm here. But yeah, so for me, this journey and plan started out like a year ago. Lisa Ramo, I'm going to shout a couple people out that helped me get here. So Lisa Ramo, Lauren Fillmore really helped carve the initial plan of like how I'm going to go about this. And initially I was only setting out for my BBA in marketing, and both of them actually kind of like pointed out, hey, you know, if this is the time slot I presented them, and they were like, if you have the time and if you're up for it, you could pursue an MBA. So they kind of just initially showed me the program, and I took it home and I really reviewed like what was in there, and I was like, wow, there's a lot of opportunity for development, a lot of opportunity for improvement. And that's what initially drew me towards it. Of course, then I had to go through financial feasibility to understand what's going to take initially, how fast I can turn it, all that good stuff. But the development for the self-development and the development for opportunities in the future, that's what really drew me. Because when I was looking at that a year ago, I'm looking at that 2 years from now, and I'm like, how is this going to play a role for me? I wanted those tools, and the MBA program at Walsh really shows that it has it there. And I'm sure we'll have a check-in video then. Alex, how's it going? Yeah. Rolling in dough.
Great idea. No, we will. But Alex, I want to highlight two things you said. One was you were looking at the financials and saying, how fast can I turn it? What's really great about Walsh is it's a very affordable program.
Yes.
You know, we make sure we deliver high quality, but it's really affordable, direct to you. And our 11-week classes are great because you can continuously move. You don't have to take a summer off or semester off. I always say, like, you know, money and success in life love speed. So continue through, finish what you start, don't take a break. It's so easy to pull back, right? And say, oh, I don't think I can take this next class, but we'll talk a little later about why we make that so easy for you. But then you also talked about the skills, the networking, just the leadership development personally and professionally as well. And I think that's so valuable. And hey, speak a little bit into kind of your career path and journey too, because yours was really interesting. You were going to go two separate ways. And then what you realized about the MBA that really solidified your decision.
So like I come back from like a health science background. It was very much in nutrition and health. And then I had two career paths of like what I could do kind of going forward with it. And it was either PA school or an MBA. And I decided to go with the MBA route. And it's mostly because those skill sets that you learn as an MBA with the management and leadership skills, you're able to use those regardless of wherever career path you take. It can be any like health sciences, it can be IT, business, like any, it's like a universal degree. There's no specific niche for it. And I think that's something that everyone is able to kind of take away with. So that's something that I decided to go with. So it doesn't matter where I go, but I always have those skill sets to take with me.
That is so insightful. Because if you think about that, you were really thinking broadly about which way to go, but then you notice that you're going to get some business acumen and skills that can leverage in any career. Exactly. And I always tell people that, like, if you're not sure exactly what you want to do, jump into business because it supports and elevates so many other industries, and then you can niche from there. But what we do at Walsh is we really give you the solid core foundation. Like, what is it that we really want our MBA graduates to have when they are graduating and leaving the world in 2021 and beyond? So Alex, when you get out, and then how do we deliver that in a way that is affordable, that is accessible, convenient, and works for your life? So I want to go to Dr. Jenny Tatsak, who provides the academic leadership of the MBA program here at Walsh, and have her share what is it that makes our program really important and distinct, and why it is that that prepares you so well for careers today.
Thank you. Like Hedel said, you have the breadth of an MBA where you get the business background that really prepares you for any variety of contexts. But at Walsh, we want to prepare business leaders for tomorrow. We talk about topics like diversity, equity, and inclusion. That is a part of our curriculum because we know that the leaders of tomorrow are going to be dealing with those. And we want to prepare them to deal with it in a way that promotes their employees, their workplace, and everyone in the world. We also focus on communication. Not only will you have the technical skills, you'll be able to communicate them. And we know from employers, communication skills are so important in who we're hiring and to make us the best leaders as possible. We also have other things like business law and having a knowledge of that so that you can operate in a business environment. So again, you have the breadth of an MBA, but then you also have the depth in those topics that will really distinguish you from your job competition.
Oh, that is so true, especially, as you talk about the communication skills and leadership, leading DEI change, business law, and also I saw a design thinking course as well. And why? Yeah, Alex, tell me about that. Speaking of that.
I am currently taking Management 601 design thinking, and I'm so glad you brought that up because I'm like, Jenny, you mentioned diversity inclusion. Let's get to empathy. Let's get to Management 601. Okay, so future students that are watching this right now, get on it. Dr. Kathy Bush is who I'm taking that with right now. I am entering my 5th week, and it is mind blowing. Okay, so a lot of things that we've just covered is talking about building effective business acumen. So our keenness, our quickness to analyze data, analyze reports, and come up with a decision that is the best for that scenario, right? That's very linear thinking. It's very traditional, and that's okay. Like, that's pretty much what is the bread and butter of what we do as business professionals, right? But design thinking lets us break out of that mold for a moment and really lets us step in the shoes of empathy. Let's step away from deadlines for a minute. Let's really understand, who are we working with? Why are we working with them? How can we look at the problem differently that doesn't dictate a budget or a timeline? And this is only 4 weeks I'm in. And there's a lot of, I find myself in moments of having to break the linear thinking. And I do this with my core 4 group members at the moment. And we all have these same moments where we get tripped up, where we're like, are we micromanaging right now? Are we just linear thinking? And often the answer is yes, because it's what we're used to, we're conditioned to. But design thinking helps us break out of that mold again and really look at a problem from all angles. And it's crazy. It's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's so key. You said that too, and so critical for organizations, because the same type of thinking that gets you into a situation or problem is not going to get you out. You need to kind of reverse engineer the thinking and the thought process. So that's another course that you get in this program. We got people like signing up for paid seminars in design thinking just because they know they need it. That is built into the MBA. And that's what's so attractive about our program. It's 36 credits. So it's not a super long program, though you get the meat of what you need. And it's also convenient and accessible. So one thing I always think about, and I know our faculty have thought about this and believe this, and we always talk about it, is students shouldn't have to sacrifice the flexibility and convenience that they need to get the academic quality and the engagement they deserve. And through our connected classrooms, through our online and digital modalities, and just how incredibly connected our advisors and our faculty are to students, you don't have to do that. We give you the best of both worlds. So you can feel confident you're getting this respected program and reputation, because Walsh does business so well, yet you also have flexible options. So whether it's summer or COVID or anything's going on in life, you can continue your education. And Alex, I love how you spoke about that. You just finished your undergrad and you're already in the grad because you're in our fast track program. That is really important. Run through school, don't walk. Education pays dividends over a lifetime. So the sooner you earn it, the sooner you realize it. And that's so exciting. So hey, Tal, any other parting words that you have for us? She's like, oh, I'm excited. Yeah.
No, I'm just excited for any students to actually come in, because I feel like anything that you learn here, you're able to see it in the real world life, which I think I've noticed with like all professors. It's not just these professors are only here to teach. They have like other jobs outside of this, and they're able to kind of relate those into the teachings that they do, whether it is in person or virtual. They can connect those a lot easier, and it makes a lot more sense. So
that is
it's
so
not
true
just textbook.
Too. Yeah, and it's more than a textbook, because our faculty are practitioners, scholars, and practitioner instructors. So they've worked in the fields they teach. And that's something all of our students say. So I loved hearing you say it. I can apply this right away. Like, I'm in the classroom learning it, and the next day at the office, I'm going, oh, wait a minute, I just learned empathy or keenness or design thinking, or I just learned this leadership skill or how to communicate. that's
Right.
exactly what we want. We want you to see that real time value. So good. So Alex, Hital, Dr. Tatzek, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for giving and pouring into people that are listening to this video. And we'll tell you how to connect with us so you can jump in and become a student. Maybe you'll even see Alex and Hital in your classes if you jump in quickly, and really have that Walsh MBA behind your name and on your career advancement path. So thank you.
Thank
Take care,
you.
everyone.